So this song has had an interesting journey. It's supposed to be kind of conveying, I guess, a dream state for one of the characters. That's why it's called Premonitions. It's, sort of prophetic dream that one of the characters has, and it's shifting emotionally to being like first this kind of weird ethereal thing, and then eventually getting into the more dark and like heavy electronic stuff of, it becomes kind of a scary dream of something that he is dreading. And so it kind of gets all over the place, but I don't know. I really like the journey that this song goes on because it really goes to very different places as it progresses.
And this was the one that I thought I was writing lyrics for.
As the first song, yeah.
Turned out not to be. It's cool with a couple of the songs. I wonder if like you, Valerie, can attest to this. Sort of, it's cool to have mixed in songs that we didn't really work on, so we kind of get to look at from like a third party perspective almost. Like, like I don't know if that makes sense. Like I listen to this song and I'm like, this song is so cool, and like it's mixed in with all this other stuff that we worked on. It's just, I guess it's a good reminder of all the hands that like went into making these songs.
And super collaborative,
Yeah, and how fun that is.
Yeah. Very diverse.
Like even people that don't really know each other, which is a really cool thing.
This song was almost entirely like Austin started it on his computer. Just, I don't even know how, like what prompted him to start it. I don't think he was writing it for the album even necessarily. Like I think he was just kind of goofing around, and I heard him messing with this idea on the keys, and I was like, I think we should turn this into a full-on thing. And it became, a 4-minute song, and then it became a 8-minute song, and then it became a 10-minute song, and then I think we worked it back to somewhere around 8 minutes again. And yeah, it just kind of shifted so much, like in the span of like a week. And I think we just kept hammering away at it and adding all these weird sounds that we ended up taking out later. But I think the core of it stayed the same.
This is where it becomes a fever dream.
Yeah, this is the scary part. And that like weird vocal thing is just Austin like saying like, huh, and we pitched it down, and we just kept it in there. I honestly forgot that was in there until I was almost done mixing it, and then I was like, what is that thing that I like subconsciously just accepted that it was part of the song without even realizing.
There's some fun Easter eggs that we found while listening to the demos and that have stayed in some of the tracks to the end.
Yeah, this is one of them for sure. The hit. I can't remember what all the other songs are. I'm sure I'll think of them as we get to those songs. But yeah, there's a lot of funny, like hidden, goofy stuff in these songs that we just ended up keeping that no one will probably ever notice except for us.
Well, isn't that little whoop whoop kind of thing is Austin pulling us? That's not?
No, that's just an EDM thing I threw.
Oh, I thought there was a part though where he's doing that.
Yeah, that's in another song. I think that's in the next song.
Oh.
No, this is just
really funny.
This thing is just like a cliche EDM thing that I decided to keep in there. That kind of is not the worst thing in the world. I kind of like it. And then this song transitions back into like a more somber, I don't know. It's not as scary now. Maybe he's seeing something else in the future. I don't know.
Reaching the end of his REM cycle.
But it kind of comes back around. Yeah, like it goes from this beginning section, gets bigger, and now we have kind of this theme coming back, but over different chords, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like that part of a dream where you're like, am I dreaming?
Yeah.
Is it a dream?
Yeah, waking dream. And I played this keyboard part on Austin's drum pad, like on a drum machine thing for, MIDI controller for your computer. It's not on an actual piano keyboard. It's a drum pad. And I can't believe I actually managed to pull off some kind of chord progression. I don't even know why we made it that hard on ourselves, but that's what we did. Oh, and the taps, like the percussion stuff in this section, is all him smacking his laptop almost entirely. And there's some like him making like sounds, like water drop sounds with his mouth and stuff like that. All kinds of fun stuff in this one.
Yeah, that last section there, it kind of reminds me of the low vibey kind of 07, which is a group from the early, well, they're still around, but did a lot of stuff in the early 2000s.
Yeah, we got pretty experimental.
Yeah.
Doing this kind of weird stuff on this song. It's probably what makes it stand out a little bit from the rest of the stuff stylistically on the album. I love the drum sound on this song, though. And it is all natural. There's no samples in here. It's all just raw drums being recorded old school. Except for the house section, of course.
And this track is sort of like we talked about it as a dream, but it's also over the span of like a long journey.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, there's a bit of a like time skip from the last song and the one that's following this one. That's definitely true.
And this precedes a lot of, it's sort of like right before things really ramp up again.